Hello, welcome back to Radio Free Gastonia, the internet's only source for um, uh, unreliable historical content that you would find out about if you called one of the numbers at the bathroom stall at the YMCA. That's as good as we're get. I mean, we don't put on airs. Um, you know, we're not acting like we're the best, but we're just good enough. So I don't think I've been on here for a while, but this is your girl, Alex Sif Cummings, also known as Naima Day. And a lot has been going on since the last time I tuned in. Um, it seems like Iran has given the United States and its allies a red ass beatdown at the moment, but who knows how that's going to turn out. I don't like to see any conflict or violence, and it's really sad that any of this had to happen in the first place, obviously. But we'll see how it turns out. It seems like, much like Putin and Ukraine, Trump went into this with like not much of a plan, and just I think the machismo of Putin and Trump of just like, well, we're so superior. These people will just roll over and it'll be easy. I think they both found out that was not necessarily the case. God bless them. But the reason why I wanted to say something today is I'm planning to kill myself because if I hear the letters AI one more time, I'm going to get a shotgun. I'm going to drive to whatever the closest gun store is and buy some kind of firearm and just stick it in my mouth and put an end to everything because I cannot stand to hear about AI anymore. And now I'm going to be talking about AI, so I'm part of the problem. But I was just watching the Wimbledon, tennis championship, and they had this stupid, idiotic, like little interstitial segment where they're like, IBM's Watson AI says that Snorgendorf has a 64% chance of winning this match. It's like, well, okay. I mean, I can never get it. So I can never get it right because everything's reversed. 64% is really not that much. It's not that much from saying it's a coin flip. And this is based on expert testimony and statistics and what are you guys talking about? What are you talking about? Just like, this is a sporting event. Like, if somebody just ankle is hurting them and they have a bad day or they're in a bad mood or something, like the whole match could go in a different way. Like, Djokovic could lose. He almost never does, but saying that this is a statistical reality, it's a prediction. These are prediction markets like Polymarket, Kalshi, all this bullshit. Saying, oh, well, it's the wisdom of crowds. That's the phrase they use a lot, which is like, oh, well, as opposed to like stupid polls or commentators or pundits, we can actually gauge the likelihood of what's going to happen based on the expectations of basically investors or bettors. That like, well, people who have knowledge or expertise or insight, they'll bet on the winning horse. And we can trust Polymarket or Kalshi to give us a keen insight on what's going to happen, because there's skin in the game. There's money on the table. This is a hysterically awful way to look at things, but it's been fully endorsed by the Trump administration, and I think it's going to be very hard for politicians across the spectrum to push back against this. Why I find this to be repellent is that, again, like 64% odds, like, what does that even mean? It's a tennis match between two people. Anything could happen. We know that, if an Osaka or Djokovic goes up against an untested player, then yeah, there's a good chance they're going to um, probably not do as well. There's a reason why people like Djokovic keep winning over and over again. The proof's in the pudding. Um, but it just seems so corrupting. I mean, I'm not a sports fan outside of tennis. Um, I don't know why, but I don't care about football or basketball or baseball. But like, I find it quite repugnant that DraftKings and Ball Sharks or whatever they're called um, have utterly, thoroughly corrupted all of the political institutions and the sports institutions or enterprises and the fanship. Um, I look. This is part of my kind of Calvinist, Puritan side of my personality, which is I don't like gambling. I don't even like lotto tickets. I only bought one lotto ticket in my life, and I won $15 on it. So beginner's luck. But I just don't like it. I think it's exploitative. You know, the house always wins. Like everybody knows this. And if it's your form of recreation or entertainment, that's fine within limits. But never forget that like this is a business where it's like health insurance or any type of insurance. They make money off of the fact that like you're not going to get the benefits that they're promising you. Like the only way they can make money is you giving them more money than they will spend out on you. That's just how it works. That's how a casino works. So that's something to think about. And so, I mean, but like again, like this existential aspect of it. Like, I mean, again, like I don't like baseball, basketball, football, like, hockey. It doesn't mean anything to me, but like, it still seems like depressing to think that people are going to be looking at their goddamn stupid phones. Um, you know, like placing a put option on like whether Harry Schweitzer is going to like trip over his shoelaces in the third inning. Like just like the calcification of everything that like you can bet on literally anything. um we've always known that Wall Street and the financial markets are all kind of a casino of their own. Fair enough. Look at 2008. Put options, shorts, collateralized debt obligations, etc. But I mean, at least it operated under some sort of semblance of propriety because there's the SEC and other institutions that are supposed to provide oversight, inadequate as it is, over people who are essentially gambling on stocks and bonds and CDOs on Wall Street or other financial exchanges. Like insider trading, Martha Stewart went to prison for this. Peace to Martha Stewart. But like the betting markets, the Kalshi, the Poly market, the DraftKings, all this, they are inherently insider trading. Like it presents itself as a democratic expression of the market. That like, no, this is a better metric than like scientists or academics or like policymakers or politicians can give of what's really going on. No, in fact, I mean, but it's supposed to be this organic thing that's like more empirical than anything that people speculate about individually. It's like, well, if groups of people are saying we're putting all our money on Trump to win the election, then looks like Trump's going to win the election. But this produces a very toxic side effect, which is that sort of a feedback loop, which is that people can sort of game the system to say, Well, if we goose the stock, let's just call it a stock, and if we run up the numbers on LeBron getting X number of points in a basketball game, or Trump winning by a certain margin in an election or whatever, if we can goose the numbers on Polymarket, because it's a very tiny percentage of people who are actually using Kalshi or Polymarket, who are mostly very affluent, educated, mostly white people, or it doesn't matter who they are, but it's a very small percentage of people. They can create the reality that, like, oh well, he's up on Polymarket, so he must be gonna win. So it's a reinforcing kind of effect. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy in some ways. I'm not expressing it in exactly the right way, but like it's quite clear to me that this is rife with opportunities for shenanigans. And the fact that the entire federal government and many of the state governments in the United States have completely rolled over for this is shocking to me. And I just the systemic corruption that's going to be involved. First of all, think of that guy who was part of the special forces team that was going to Venezuela to kidnap Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, who we kidnapped, um, our government kidnapped, rather. There was a guy on the fucking plane placing bets about whether Maduro would be taken out of office or kidnapped or something on Polymarket or Kalshi or something while he was going to do it. Like, I mean, you talk about insider trading. Like, you know exactly what's going to happen. Trump, it's been revealed, made like, I don't know, like $500 million, $1 billion or something on bets or stock trades that he made right before the Liberation Day tariffs came out. This is the essence of insider trading. You know exactly what's going to happen, and you can just swap all your bets and like maybe put a put option on something, or short the stock, whatever, because you know exactly what's going to happen because you're doing it. And I mean, this makes Pete Rose look like Joan of Arc. It's like, if Pete Rose could see what's going on now. Anyway, I find it all contemptible and disgusting. Well, and I don't know where this goes. I think that the DraftKings and Polymarket Kalshi people have both the Democrat and Republican parties in their death grip. I think that anything in American politics that seems like spoiling people's fun is not going to go over well. Like saying no more DraftKings, that's going to make a lot of people angry. But this corruption and this seedy, influence has wormed its way into our political culture and popular culture and our just, sociality. I am very concerned about this. I think that we already have a government run by gangsters. It doesn't need to be even worse than it is. Anyway, I hope that there's some resolution to this. I hope that like there's a wave of politicians who are brave enough to actually take these people on in the same way that like progressive reformers took on Standard Oil or the other monopolies in the progressive era. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I really hope that happens. Oh man, it just feels so icky and gross. I just want to watch Wimbledon. I don't want to hear about like what the AI is saying. The AI doesn't know how many letters are in a word. It just the AI will tell you whatever it randomly comes up with, whatever you want to hear, or just whatever like gibberish like comes out of it. And we're like staking like national security and military operations on ChatGPT on Kalshi. What, are you out of your mind? Yes, you are out of your mind. But anyway, I'm your girl. I will always be. This is Naima signing off from Radio Free Gastonia. I hope you have a better day and good days to come. All right. I love you, sweetie babies. Bye.